Hello guys, welcome back. So far we have been doing identifying parts of slope-intercept form. We have done converting from standard form into slope-intercept form. We have graphed slope-intercept form, and now we're going to be converting and then graphing. So the steps are still the same. So step 1, you're going to be moving the x term by adding or subtracting it. Step 2, you're going to be dividing parts by whatever is connected to y. Step 3, you're going to plot the y-intercept. Step 4, you are going to be plotting new points using the slope. And lastly, just go back to yellow, you got to label the line that you have. Okay, so we'll do this nice and slow, or as slow as I possibly can for you guys, and try and figure this out. So first I have to move my x term to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 5x. Okay, then I have y equals negative 5x plus 1. I don't have to do anything with moving the y term because there's nothing in front of it. So this is my equation in slope-intercept form. This is my y-intercept, and this is my slope. So slope is negative 5, which is the same as negative 5 over 1. We'll go down 5, right 1. And my y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis, is 0, positive 1. So to start, I'm going to plot that point, 0, positive 1. Then I'm going to use my slope to get to the next points. Down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 1. That's my next point. Okay, I'm also going to show you going up. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the left 1. Lastly, I need one more point. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 1. And that's my fourth point. Now I'm going to connect my points in a line and label my graph. So I can use my original equation to label it. All right, that's all we do. We have to do each step of what we learned so far. We're moving things from standard form into slope-intercept form. We're identifying our different parts. We're graphing our slope or y-intercept, and we're using slope to get to our next points. Okay, so that's our first example of the day. Moving down, our next example. Okay, to start, again, I have to move my y term, or my x term, I'm sorry. Move my x term. So I'm going to subtract 3x minus 3x. So now I have negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. Now I have something connected to my y, so I'm going to divide by it. Divide all three parts by negative 4. This will be y equals negative 3 divided by negative 4 is positive 3/4 x minus 8 divided by 4, or divided by negative 4, is going to be negative 2. So this is my new equation. Now I'm going to pull out the parts I know, my m and my b. Okay, so my slope is 3 over 4, which is the same as up 3, right 4. And my y-intercept is -2, so it's going to be at 0, -2. Okay, so first things first, when I'm graphing this, I'm going to plot that point, 0, -2. Then I'm going to use my slope to get to the next point. It's positive 3/4, so up 3, 1, 2, 3, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot that point. I'm also going to show you going down. Go down 1, 2, 3, right 1, left 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to plot that point. Okay, last 2 steps, I'm going to draw my line across those points, and I am going to label my line. My original equation was 3x minus 4y equals 8. Okay, and that's all I have to do to graph these. All right, now we have 4 more examples, and then we're done for the entire day. So, next example. Okay, is x plus 2y equals 8. So first I have to move my x term. Going to subtract it, minus x. I'm left with 2y equals -x plus 8. Now, the 2 is in front of my y. I'm going to divide by it, divide by 2, all 3 parts. I'm left with y equals -1 divided by 2 is -1/2 x, plus 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I'm just going to identify my parts of this. Okay, so my slope is -1/2, so that's the same as going down 1, right 2. And my y-intercept is +4, so it will be at 0, +4. Okay, so now I'm going to start by plotting that point, 0, 4. I'm going to use my slope to get to the next point. Down 1, right 2. There's also up 1, left 2. All right, now I have my 3 points. I can draw the line between them. And label my graph. X plus 2y equals 8. All right, nice and easy. Don't let it discourage you if you're lost. Okay. Now, moving to my next example. First, I have to move my x term. So, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. -y equals -2x plus 8. Now, I have a -1 in front of this. So, I'm going to divide each term by -1. So I'm left with y equals -2 divided by -1 is 2x. 8 divided by -1 is -8. Next, I just discover what my different values are. Slope is going to be 2 or 2 over 1, which is the same as up 1, right 1, or up 2, right 1. And then my y-intercept is -8. So the point will be at 0, -8. Okay, now I'm going to graph it, 0, -8. I am going to go up 2, right 1, plot that point. I'm just going to keep using the original slope for this one, just because I don't want to go so far down on the graph. Up 2, right 1. And I'll do one more point. Up 2, right 1 for that one. Okay, so now I have my 4 points. I'm going to draw a line between them. And my original equation that I'm going to label this with is 2x minus y equals 8. All right. Now, my last 2 examples I would let you guys do on your own if we were still in the classroom, but we are not. So, if there's 0 or undefined slope, that's okay. We have already worked with graphing these, so I think you guys should understand it. So, going to highlight my y-intercept. And on this one, what's weird is I don't have a y-intercept or a slope at all. But let's go into this. So y equals -6. My y-intercept is -6. My slope is 0, so I'm not going up or down. I'm just going right and left. And my line is y equals -6. Okay. Now, for this pretty one that I'm going to do in purple, x equals 4. So, instead of a y-intercept, I have an x-intercept. So I'm going to go to where x equals 4, my x-intercept. Then, my slope is undefined for this one, so it's just going to go up and down on the line x equals 4. Okay. And that's how we would graph those 2 types. Make sure if you have any questions, you're leaving comments on the Google Classroom, you're emailing myself, Ms. Kirschbaum, or Ms. Gates. You are doing your best on the U-tries. Remember that you need at least a 70% in order for it to count for the day. And just do the best that you can. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you soon, hopefully. Or we will talk soon, at least.